I am in
Railway Fields Nature Reserve.
Railway Fields
Nature Reserve.
with Matt. I was out doing some foraging and I saw Matt coming down there, and I said it's a good time for me to come out there and video and get more information about what's going on in Haringey. So that's the entrance of the place. Very nice gates. Looking beautiful. To give us some more information about the place. So Matt, so you can tell me a little bit about you and why you chose to dedicate your life to nature.
Well, welcome to Railway Fields. So I'm Matt. I've been working in nature conservation for the last sort of 13-14 years now. And it all started from a love of being outdoors, and from there it's kind of grown into really wanting to protect spaces like these, but also make sure that people in London, in densely populated areas, have places they can experience nature.
Okay, all right, cool. So, so give me a little history about this beautiful park.
Yeah. So the name Railway Fields comes from the fact that this used to be a railway goods yard. Where trains, I suppose, coal and other goods were stored for the train network. But since around 1983, the site's been a nature reserve. So it's been here a long time now, but it's gradually developing over the years.
And tell me a little bit more about the place here.
So it would have been at the time steam trains, so you could imagine huge amounts of coal dust, huge amounts of noise, of pollution. The air would have been pretty foul, and we often find a lot of the pollutants in the soil even now, years and years later. So it had a profound impact on this space. There would have been very few trees. In fact, we've got one tree on site that would have been there.
Wow.
At that point. There might have been a few more, but all of those are gone now. So everything you see on site is new, really.
Wow, so some people like you, Matt, taking time and plant and make sure they protect that space so nature could take back and help clean up the area and make them more habitable, or at least you can eat some things from the area here.
So yeah, our predecessors from Haringey Council formed this site. And did a lot of planting, added educational facilities, so we've got a small building on site so we can receive school groups, and that's really a big part of what we do, is getting the next generation into these wild spaces and getting them feeling comfortable there and appreciating them.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I guess you can take me on a tour for me to see this beautiful spot that almost your home it look like to me, but you're very comfortable in that space. So you can take me on a tour so you can give me more information about this beautiful site. Plants that are there, are they edible? If they're not edible, I guess you have a lot to teach me this afternoon as I am in your space, so you can tell me more, yes?
Hopefully so. All of the staff here have different levels of expertise on different things, so I'm more of a generalist.
Okay.
But yes, so the site at the moment is kind of like a woodland edge, so we have a lot of trees, but a lot of light hits the ground, so you get thick sort of edge vegetation like you can see here. And this is where a number of plants, you get a real variety of plants.
Okay.
So in terms of foraging, we would highly recommend, because of the history of the site, that you shouldn't eat anything you collect here. Because of the amount of pollutants in the soil, you could really do yourself harm. So please think carefully about where you're foraging. But I can show you plants that can be foraged from somewhere safe.
Okay, that's nice. Very interesting. I'd like to share with the world what Haringey have. Haringey have beautiful spots that many people don't even know about. And I'm glad today that Matt can give us a tour and show us what you can find in Haringey.
Well, I'm very glad you're here. That's what we're all about, getting people discovering these spaces. So welcome.
Thank you very much. Yes, cool. Yes. So you can feel free and you can talk to me about what's around here and and what's edible and etc. in the area, because I'm sure the public would like more knowledge on what you could find there and what's edible there. Yes.
So I'll go through a few that I know. I won't claim to be an expert on such things. But for example, we have a number of young hazel trees on site.
Yes.
So given a few years to mature, hopefully they'll start producing nuts.
Okay, hazelnuts.
Hazelnuts, yeah.
Okay, and is that a hazel tree? With a hazel
so
tree?
We've got a series of little hazel trees here. So they have quite a distinctive shape to the leaf.
Okay, let me just take a bit closer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So today I am in the park in Haringey that seems to be hidden, where nobody seems to know about. I did not know about it myself, and for so long. So today I am with Romel.
Yeah.
So Romel, tell me about you, why you are here, and what's the interest there, and why you choose to be here today.
So yeah, my name's Romel. I work for Hagar, which is Haringey's alcohol service, and we run a women's group every week. To support women who are trying to get help for their alcohol use or are actually in recovery for their alcohol use. So we've brought them down to this place because not a lot of people know about Railroad Fields. I didn't know about it until I came here with the group. But it's a really amazing space to be in. It's hidden, but you're actually you're very local, you're in the heart of Haringey. But there's so much to be found here, just in terms of just learning about the different trees and plants and the different species, the different bugs that are about and stuff. Is really cool. I mean, last time I came here before, and we planted a tree around there. So I look forward to come back in a few years' time to see how my tree got on.
Beautiful, yes.
So yeah, it's a great space.
Yeah, okay, cool. So today you are here because of?
So today they have it's like observing the species. So to find out what is actually here. So looking at the bugs, the plants. We've been using our phones.
Is there a special app you use on?
Yeah, the iNaturalist app.
Yes.
And we just literally, it's so simple, just take a picture and ask for it to search, and it will come up with a recommended species. But it's a UK, so it's a national database that's happening over this week, the course of this weekend.
Okay.
So we're just doing this area, but everyone will be updating their finds. So it's
Okay.
quite fun.
Well, it's beautiful that, we take an interest to have that connection with nature and get up to scratch, because we seems to be in the city where we are lost and hustle and bustle. Everybody on a hustle for a bigger coin, for a next coin.
Yeah,
So these people take time to come out there and to connect with nature. It's a lovely thing. So I'm quite happy to see people out there showing off what Haringey have, because many people do not know that's in Haringey.
Haringey is definitely a rich borough. There's definitely a lot in the borough, and it's good that there's projects that connect with other projects to be able to know what is actually in the borough. Because honestly, if I didn't do the work that I did, I've grown up in Haringey all my life, and I'm still learning new places. So yeah, it's great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right, my name's Lorna, and I'm here with a group of women from Hagar, which is a support service with people with addiction problems, and we've been coming here a couple of times a year just to see what's happening in Railway Fields, and we've built up a bit of a contact here. So today we've come down to record what we can see here in Railway Fields, and we've been pond dipping, and we're pretending we found a new species, but we don't think we have really.
Okay.
But it's just amazing to look in the pond that just looked like a muddy pond, and it's just teeming with little insects and larvae all just swimming around doing their own thing. So it was really, really fascinating.
Yeah.
But this place it always amazes me when I come here how quiet it is and how close it is to the main road, which is really, really noisy. And then you come in here and it's just an abundance of nature. And
even again, you step one step away from the house, from the road, and next step you're in a nice tranquil place.
Absolutely.
Where it's quite amazing that people that have certain addictions could come and find a peace of mind.
Absolutely.
And be able to find themselves within nature. I think nature is the teacher. Nature is the mother of all.
Yeah.
So it's nice when you come to nature where we could be able to become one and
Yeah.
find a harmony within ourselves,
Oh,
within
God,
nature.
yeah.
Yes, good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, good. Yes. So how long you been working with the people with addiction?
I've been a service user there for a couple of years now, and now I'm starting to train to be a volunteer there.
Oh, okay.
Or I'm learning to be a volunteer.
So
there.
what you find, so what nature has done for you that have keep you grounded?
It's some of it's about reconnecting with your childhood,
Yes.
and like I've been lying on I'm covered in mud because I
Yes.
was lying on the ground looking through the stuff that we dipped out of the pond. It's being able to hear the birds singing, which makes a change, because when you live in Haringey all you hear is sirens wailing.
Yes.
So you can hear the birds singing. We saw a huge heron. There was a massive heron by the pond before.
Okay.
So just knowing that there's other life than just all the people who are
Hustle and
bustling
bustle,
around
yes,
being
yes.
busy, and just being around the trees and the greenery. It's so peaceful.
Yes,
so peaceful.
yes.
I love it.
And yes, thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
For talking to us, because we are interested just as much to advertise and promote what's in Haringey
Yeah.
that we should know
Oh,
about.
God,
Yes.
yeah. There are so many green spaces in Haringey. It's a bit of a, yeah.
Okay,
It's-
thank you
it's
very
fabulous.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So, yes, my name is Robin Halpin, and I live in Haringey, and I've lived here for the last 10 years. I had a childhood interest in nature, in botany particularly, plant identification, and of course with the course of life and career and work and also living abroad, I forgot about a lot of these things. They went into abeyance, and then when I retired, I decided to take them up again, and of course I had many other interests, and I had many I knew the connections between plant life and many other things in life, through anthropology, through chemistry, through other sciences, and so I thought getting interested in these things again would be great. Now, how this affects living in Haringey is that it is not necessary to spend money on train rides out to other parts of England to indulge these hobbies. That there's a lot of green space in Haringey. Some of these spaces have been turned into small nature reserves. So there are some very dedicated volunteers and even full-time organisers doing the necessary work there, and the results are very impressive. There is a very rich plant and bryophyte life right here in the borough, and it's just available for free for people to go and see it. The main thing is that people should have a respectful approach to the reserves that they're walking in, and realise that if people go and take stuff, foragers for example, then there won't be anything there the next year. So I'd be very careful about that. These are very small areas, and people need to behave themselves in them.
Okay.
Or otherwise the plant life will be killed off.
Okay. So you say that you did botany?
I studied.
You studied botany, sorry?
I studied at school, but not after school.
Okay, cool. And you kept the interest because nature knew, you always see nature and you have that symbiotic connection. So you choose to, after you retire, to go back into it again, because I guess you have a lot to share, to teach, to your beautiful community, because many of us do not know that this place exists in Haringey. We pass it every single day, not realizing that you have a different world, one step away from the main road.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Not many people know about these places. Very often, I'm alone when I go through some of them. Yeah, it is something that people would find value in, taking an interest in, cultivating an interest in. But I would say these are not parks. If you just want to go to a green space to sit in or for the children to play, and then there are plenty of parks, these places should be for people who have a genuine genuine interest in nature and in developing their skills in things like plant or insect identification. Yes.
So are you one of the volunteers to that park?
No, I'm not volunteering here.
Okay, so you're here today because of the competition or the documenting of different species of plants and insects that you can find here.
Yeah, I found out that was going on. I'd already planned to come here, but yes, I was very pleased to see that activity in progress and participated in it a little. Yes.
Okay. Well, I find it quite interesting what's going on in Haringey to share with the world, and not just shops and noise. We have much more than that in the area. Okay? Yes, cool. Well, what's your name again? Sorry.
Robin.
Well, Robin, nice talking to you. Thank you very much, and it was nice talking to you because I think it's good that you are continuing, and hopefully one day we can create that space for children to come and learn from a very young age, and you can impart the knowledge onto them so that we can have more beautiful, more harmonious society, and where we can preserve what will preserve us ourselves as a human species.
Yes, I'm sure that's right. Yes.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
great.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Different insects they're looking at today to see what's in the water to create that the library of what's around here. Yeah, because that's some of the insects they found around here. You wouldn't mind talking to me about what's going on here?
I haven't got time actually. I'm not
Okay,
going
that's
to grab
good.
Matt. Now I've got to go. But
Okay, that's fine.
yeah,
Okay, that's good.
sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. That's good.